Moving on to Joshua's question. With interest rates quickly rising, does the need for a larger down payment become more important when buying a house? 7% mortgage rate over 30 years is brutal, he says. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, the idea of, first of all, the common rule of thumb is that when you go to buy a house, you want to put 20% down. That still holds. Like, we're not deviating from that. We love for you to be able to put 20% down, but on your very first home purchase, it's hard to come up with 20%. Rising interest rates make things hard, but so too does rising home prices, because that 20% keeps getting higher and higher and higher. That's why we offer some reprieve where if it's your first home, you only have to put down 3 to 5%. Now, that's not saying that you can't put down 7, 10, 15, 20, or if you need to put down 30% on your home to end up making it affordable, I don't think that that's crazy, because what we want you to think about is how much is my monthly housing cost? Am I keeping it inside of that 25% realm? So at 7% mortgage rates, I definitely think that rising interest rates affects the down payment, but you still have to have the opportunity cost discussion. I was having a conversation with someone before show, and he said, "Hey, I have this buddy, and his parents are working through some estate planning, whatever. His parents gave him $100,000. Like, as part of their plan, they needed to get rid of it, and he was like, "Awesome, that's great. Oh man, it's amazing. It's life changing." This is like a young person in their like mid-20s. And what they did is they went and found, I think, a $190,000 house in the community in which they live, and they put $100,000 down on it.
Okay.
Right? And I'm just like, oh, whoa, I get it. 7% interest rate, that's high. But for someone who's at 25 years old, is putting down 50, 60% down on a house the best use of those dollars over the long term? I don't know. That gives me a little bit of heartburn.
Well, I still, I'm going to stand by. I'm going to hold it up. I still think part of the financial order of operations, I don't want you paying off mortgage interest, even at 6 and 7% rates, until you get to step 9. That's a whole nother question on what we consider, how high the mortgage rates have to be considered
high interest.
High interest. But I just know when you go look at high interest rate historical environments like we had in the early 80s, if you think the interest rate on those mortgages is high, go see what the S&P 500 did during those periods, and you'll see there's still a risk premium, meaning a spread that investments made above and beyond even those super high interest rates. So that's why I don't want you to walk away from that. But I think this is one of those questions that's such a small group of people, because the reason we do the 5%, 3 to 5% on your first down payment, first house, is because buying your first house is just hard. Straight up hard. So because housing prices have gone up substantially. The market's running from people. When think about it, even if houses are just appreciating 3% like historically normal, because we're talking about levered debt, you could save wide open with your average salary of say $40,000 to $50,000 a year. You could save a ton of money and then come back to find that the appreciation of what happened in the housing market completely just took away any benefit that you had from saving as hard as you could. So that's why we're just trying to get you on the equity train of buying your first home. So to say, can I put down 20% versus 3 to 5% because interest rates are 7%? This is somebody who's already a financial mutant and so far ahead. I would challenge you and say, put the mirror up to you and say, are you at step 9 of the financial order of operations? Is the answer is no, then no, don't put down, especially on the first home. Let's make sure you're maximizing the system so your 40 and 50 and 60-year-old self are just sloppy, excited, happy that you actually maximized all the compounding growth opportunities out there. Because I think that the vast majority of people are struggling just getting into the house because everything is working against them with rising interest rates, rising appreciation and values. This is not the common issue that people struggle with. And if you are in this great catbird seat where you have the ability to put down more, then challenge yourself and look at the financial order of operations and making sure you're not skipping out on investing for your future self.
That's great.